Good morning. I was asked to share a few words about my faith and my volunteering, and I'm trying to keep it to a few. Good morning. I'm Kathy Westman, member for over 40 years. When I first joined, there was a 9-week study back then using 2 topics. The first lasted 7 weeks, and its message was the church needs to be there for people during times like weddings and births that are joyful, and during hard times like illness, divorce, unemployment, poverty, and deaths. The second movie, that was a shorter one, but it explored how to move past present and past losses in our lives, with the answer being volunteer and help others, and you will find you benefit too. They were powerful movies. As a lifelong Lutheran, I was encouraged to serve. Part of my personal mission has been to reach out and try to reflect God's love. Sometimes it's little actions like greeting strangers, visiting here in worship, or serving as a homeroom mother, teaching Sunday school, or baking cookies. When my kids were grown, I became a CASA, a court-appointed special advocate. Earlier, I had seen a call to help with this agency and saved the clipping for a better time in my life. So this was it, serving as an advocate by representing children in the court system who had been abused or neglected was a huge responsibility, and I served for 7 years. My next service was closer to home as my first grandchild, Jack, was born, and I cared for him 4 days a week through kindergarten, a labor of love and most rewarding. And when my husband, Tom, retired and started working with the Meals on Wheels program here, I wasn't sure where I should spend my energy. But Cheryl Kirshner, a member, invited me to attend an ecumenical class called Eco-Theology, along with many Catholics, Presbyterians, Methodists, and even a believer in the Native American concept of Mother Earth. We spent 8 weeks looking at the call of most every faith to care for the earth and its people. I then shared a Bible study here at church. It was a Lutheran material. It's called God's Call to Earthkeeping. And we responded as we looked at our own calls to nature, studied Bible verses, teachings from Isaiah, Jesus, and Martin Luther. We learned about climate change and what solutions are needed to make the world sustainable for the future. And from that, the Berkeley Hills Creation Care Team was formed. I care because of my faith and am committed to serving God to preserve and protect the earth, all the creatures, and his children. And as a nurse, I tirelessly work to change conditions that threaten the health and the safety of all citizens. The list of negative health effects is so very long, and yet we continue to live as we do presently, ignorant of the shortened lifespans and illnesses which could be prevented if the people in the government made wiser choices. To effect change, I have learned to contact and meet with our state and federal legislators. They represent the people, and they want to hear and need to hear from us. I love that verse in the hymn we just sang about using our voices. Your letters and phone calls are important. So on this God's Work Our Hands Sunday, I ask you to stop by my table. Now, if you're not coming back, or later if you're here for the potluck, you can use your hands and your voice and write a letter to your state senator or representative. I think we're all aware of the problem of inadequate housing and homelessness. The bill which you will highlight is bipartisan and addresses this problem. Thank you to everyone who contributed items or will help pack up the cleaning kits for the homeless family program. But by writing, either digitally or by hand, to your PA representatives and asking them to support these 2 bills, you will encourage solutions to the problem. I believe I am responding to Jesus' call to love one another and love our neighbor, and that the Holy Spirit is leading and enabling me to work in this calling. I hope you all feel a call and are able to respond wherever it leads you. It's truly a blessing to serve. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy.